Let's use the mirror to check our resistance level. Look into your eyes and say, I am willing to change. I am willing to change. Are you hesitating? Do you feel that it's not true? What is the belief that's in the way? Remember, it's only a thought, and a thought can be changed. Don't let this thought stop you from becoming free. We are looking for the real problem, not just the outer effect or issue. We create habits and problems to fulfill a need within us. When we can find a positive way to fulfill that need, we can release the problem. Willpower and discipline don't work to make permanent changes. See, if you're overweight and you diet, you can have all the willpower and discipline in the world. You can be really strong, and for months you may not eat one mouthful of food that you shouldn't eat. And the moment you drop your willpower and discipline, bloop, there's the weight again. It's because you haven't dealt with the real issue. You've only worked on the outer effect. The real issue with weight is usually fear, which creates fat for protection. And you can fight fat all your life and never get to the real issue. And you would probably die believing you were not good enough because you couldn't lose weight. Your need to feel safe could be fulfilled in a more positive way. Then the weight would leave by itself. So let's look a little deeper. If you're having problems with the last affirmation, I'm willing to change, then do this one. I'm willing to release the need for this problem or resistance. Let go of the need you have. Now, procrastination is another form of resistance, of saying you're not good enough. If you procrastinate, then you will not allow yourself to have what it is you say you want. Resenting another person having good in their life is another form of resistance to your own good. You will be giving out resistance to good, and that is what you will create in your own life. There is plenty for everyone. No matter how much air you breathe, there's still an abundance for every person on the planet to have as much as they can use. Many of us were raised to be victims, to feel that they are doing it to us. The problem with being a victim is stuck in their problem. And we no longer choose to be stuck. We are learning there is something we can do to free ourselves. If we say, I am willing to release the pattern in my consciousness that is creating this condition, then immediately we step out of the victim class and we begin to take our own power back. We realize that we can dissolve the problem that we helped create. See, when we scold ourselves, when we berate ourselves or make ourselves wrong, we are mistreating that 3-year-old child within us. How can we be happy and free when the child within us is miserable and frightened? If you had a frightened child before you, you would probably comfort the child so that it could feel safe and happy. Be gentle and kind and comforting with your inner child as you uncover and release the old negative messages within you. This is a wonderful adventure you're on, and you will never go through this particular process again. See today as a very exciting time of your life. Once you work through these issues, they will be gone and your life will be different. As you choose to work with your other issues, it'll be much easier. We've uncovered some patterns, and now your next question may be, how do I change? Well, you've already begun. There are changes taking place within you that you're not even aware of. And from now on, all your changes are for the better, even if it does not seem to be so. Sometimes things seem to be worse at first. Remember our turkey pan. You may need to scrape up some gook from the bottom of your pan as you do your own mental cleansing process. You may be working on getting a new job, and you may be fired. See this as the first step in moving you to your new position. You may be working on prosperity and you lose your wallet. Don't panic and give up. This could be part of the positive change that's taking place. You may be working on relationships and you have a fight, or you're working on health and you develop a cold. These are all temporary experiences that are part of releasing the junk of the past. Try to understand that the movement that is taking place in your life is what I call divine right action, and that it's working for your highest good. Things will definitely be shifting inside of you. So include an affirmation that says, all my changes are comfortable and easy and fun. All is well in my life is an affirmation I used over and over again as I work through my own cleansing process. What is it you want to change in your life? What sort of problem or issue do you have that you want to release? Think about this for a moment. You could discuss this with a partner, or you could use your mirror as a partner. Either way, say this with me. I realize that I have created this problem, and now I am willing to release the pattern in my consciousness that is keeping this condition. Let's say it once more. I realize that I have created this problem, and I am now willing to release the pattern in my consciousness that is creating this condition. How does it feel? Are you really ready to step out of the bondage of the past? Or is there still resistance and hesitation? Don't wait until you figure out how to do this. Just have the willingness to let go. All you need to do is change your thoughts, and that universal intelligence, your subconscious mind, will figure out the hows. Your willingness to release will start the ball rolling, and things will begin to shift. Whatever the shift is, see it as positive. Your thoughts do not control you. You control your thoughts. You are much more than your mind. Your mind is a tool you use, and the way you've been using it is a habit, and you can change the habit. It may feel strange at first, but with practice, it will become easier. Just for a moment, I want you to clasp your hands together. Now, there's no right or wrong way to do this. Just notice which thumb is on top. Now, unclasp your hands and clasp them together with the other thumb on top. And notice how that feels. It might feel different. It might feel strange. It might even feel wrong. Just notice your feelings. This is how you feel when you do something differently, the beginning of your change process. Now, clasp your hands back the first way, and the second way, and the first way, and the second way, and the first way, and the second way. Now, how does that feel? Feels a little more comfortable, a little more okay. And as you continue to do it, it may even feel normal and natural. It's really just that easy to change a habit, a bit of practice. Let's practice our option of choice. Let's choose to believe that it is easy to change a thought or a pattern. What we choose to believe becomes true for us. If you want to believe that change is hard or difficult, then it will be so for you. But that was the old victim stance, and we're moving away from that belief. As you learn to control your mind, you become powerful. In all of life, the only thing we have control over is our current thought. The past is over and done and cannot be changed, except for the way we choose to look at it. The future is being created right now by the thoughts we are choosing to think. Let's choose thoughts that make our future fun and joyful and loving and prosperous and healthy. If you have a small child that's been used to staying up to midnight, and you now decide that 8 o'clock would be a more appropriate bedtime, guess what will happen the first night you put the new time into action? The child will probably kick and scream and carry on. It may even have a tantrum. And if you give in, then the child will find it very difficult to ever accept the new rules. But if you're gentle and firm and insist that this is the new bedtime and allow the child to carry on for a while before it goes to sleep, the next day the resistance will be less. And after a few days of lessening resistance, the child will accept going to bed at the new time. It's the same with our new thoughts and developing new habits. Gentle, firm insistence, consistency in what we choose to think will make the changes quickly and easily. Let's do a physical releasing now. So many times we get so tense and tight and all mixed up about the things we're trying to do, and we think we have to work hard for things. That's not really true. We can practice letting go in a relaxed and peaceful way. So close your eyes for a few moments. And I want you to let your whole body relax. Let your scalp relax, your forehead, all the muscles in back of your eyes. Let your whole face relax. Let your shoulders relax. Have you noticed a difference in your body since we began to relax? If your body has been tense, then it means that your mind has been tense also. Let the rest of your body relax and be very comfortable. Let's affirm together in a peaceful way. I am willing to let go. I release. I relax. I release fear. I release anger. I release guilt. I release sadness. I release limitations. I release my parents' limitations. I am willing to forgive. I am at peace. I am safe. I am me. It is safe to be me. I let go, and I am at peace. And then open your eyes. It only takes a moment or two to do this releasing. Do it often until relaxing your body and your mind becomes a new habit. Changing doesn't have to be a struggle. We can relax and make it easy. I'm not telling you to hold in your feelings or pretend you're not upset if you are. Sometimes when we get upset, we need to have a physical release. We don't want to swallow our anger down and have it settle in the body so that it becomes pockets of resentment. And there are several methods to release these feelings in positive ways. Now, you could scream in the car with the windows rolled up. You can beat your bed or kick pillows and let yourself make noise and say all the things you want to say. You can scream into a pillow if you're concerned about others hearing you. You can run or play a game like tennis to help release that energy. One day, I noticed I had a pain in my shoulder, and it was there for a couple of days. And I thought, oh dear, what is this? So I sat down and said, all right, Louise, think for a minute. And I said to myself, I have a pain in my shoulder. What does it feel like? It seems to burn, burning. What does that mean? Ah, it must mean anger. And I wondered what I was angry about, and I couldn't think of anything at the moment. So I got out a couple of pillows, and I started to really beat on them with all my might and make angry sounds. And by the time I'd hit the pillows about 10 times, I knew exactly what I was angry about. It came right to the surface. So I let it come out, and then I released it and let it go. And of course, by the next day, my shoulder was fine. I believe we could all beat the bed or kick pillows at least once a week, just to release those physical tensions we all build up in our bodies. If we don't release, then the past holds us back. I do not choose to live in the past, nor be held back by the past any longer. I choose to live in the now and to build a wonderful new future. I've had many people tell me, well, because of such and such, I can no longer enjoy life. I didn't get invited to the prom or the party, so now I'm going to be miserable for the rest of my life. Or I didn't get the part, or I didn't make the sale, so I'm no good. Or because I'm no longer married, I can't enjoy life ever again. What foolish limitations we create for ourselves. Don't let these beliefs from the past hurt you in the now. Release that emotional attachment. If we live fully in this moment, we cannot be hurt by the past, no matter what it was. If I asked you what you wore in the 3rd grade, you may or may not remember. If you remember, you probably wouldn't have much emotional attachment to it. You would just remember, and that would be it. And that's how we want to be with all our past experiences. Just recognize them and let them go. Please, make a list of all the things you are willing to let go of. As you write the list, notice your reactions. And when you finish this list of all the things you're willing to let go of, come back to me. How is your body reacting to the things you said you were willing to release? What will you have to change? What will you have to choose to believe in order to let these old limitations go? Are you willing? How willing? Notice if there is any resistance in your body. Awareness is a key to change. Forgiveness is a major area to work on. Forgiveness opens the doorway to our love and joy. Forgiveness of ourselves and forgiveness of them. The Course in Miracles stresses that forgiveness is the answer to every problem. If we are stuck in any area, we need to forgive. If we have regret or sadness or fear or guilt or blame or anger or resentment or a desire for revenge, all these come from unforgiveness. I repeat again, love is the answer to every problem, and the doorway to love, the pathway, is through forgiveness. There's a wonderful old Emmett Fox exercise for releasing and dissolving resentment that I would like to do with you now. Just close your eyes for a few moments. Allow yourself to visualize or imagine in front of you a small stage. And on that stage, place the person you resent the most. Whoever comes to mind, it could be past or present, living or dead. Allow yourself to see this person clearly. And when you do, see good things happening to this person, things that would be meaningful to them, and see them smiling and happy. And be aware that you have just dissolved a large chunk of resentment from within yourself. Now, I like to add one step to his exercise. Take that person off the stage and put yourself there and see good things happening to you. See yourself smiling and happy. And be aware that the abundance of the universe is available to all of us. You could do this exercise daily for a while, and then do it at least once a week. It is a lifetime exercise, for there is always more clearing and releasing for us to do. Open your eyes. There are many ways to approach forgiveness. In this exercise, I'd like you to use a mirror or work with a partner. And I want you to say, the person I need to forgive is, and I forgive you for. The person I need to forgive is, and I forgive you for. And then work with whoever comes to mind. And as you do this exercise for 5 or 10 minutes, the same person may come up over and over again, or it may be a different person each time. If you can, keep doing the exercise until you've gone through everyone you can think of. If you're working with a partner, have them say to you each time, "Thank you, and I set you free. Thank you, and I set you free." Search in your heart for injustices that you still carry, and forgive and let them go. When you have forgiven other people, begin to forgive yourself. Say, "I forgive myself for," and do this out loud if you can, remembering all the things you want to unburden yourself of. I forgive myself for. Do these forgiveness exercises at least once a week, using a mirror if you don't have a partner. It gets the rubbish out. It's like emptying the trash. You get to feel so much better when it's over. Some people and events will be easy to let go of, and some will be like chipping away at a piece of granite and will take time. It doesn't matter. Do the best you can. In time, even granite will dissolve. The work you are doing on yourself is not a goal, it's a process, a lifetime process. Enjoy the process and notice that as you continue the work, your life gets better. Let's see what we can do to release some of the stuff we all carry about our parents. We're going to play a little music and do a special visualization. Get comfortable, close your eyes, and really relax. Begin to visualize yourself as a little child of 5 or 6, and look deeply into this little child's eyes. See the longing that is there, and realize that there is only one thing this little child wants from you, and that is love. So reach out your arms and embrace this child. Hold it with love and tenderness. Tell it how much you love it, how much you care. Admire everything about this child, and say that it's okay to make mistakes while it learns, and promise that you will always be there, no matter what. Now let this little child get very small till it's just the size to fit into your heart, and put it there. So whenever you look down, you can see this little face looking up at you, and you can give it lots of love. Now visualize your mother as a little girl of 4 or 5, frightened and looking for love and not knowing where to find it. Reach out your arms and hold this little girl and tell her how much you love her, how much you care. Let her know she can rely on you to always be there, no matter what. And when she quiets down and begins to feel safe, let her get very small till she's just the size to fit into your heart, and put her there with your own little child, and let them give each other lots of love. Now imagine your father as a little boy of 3 or 4, frightened, crying, and looking for love. See the tears rolling down his little face as he doesn't know where to turn. You have become good at comforting frightened little children, so reach out your arms and hold his trembling little body. Comfort him, croon to him. Let him feel how much you love him. Let him feel that you will always be there for him. And when his tears are dry and you feel the love and the peace in his little body, let him get very small, just the size to fit into your heart, and put him there. So those 3 little children can give each other lots of love, and you can love them all. There is so much love in your heart that you could heal the entire planet. Just for now, let's use this love to heal you. Feel a warmth beginning to glow in your heart center, a softness, a gentleness, and let this feeling begin to change the way you think and feel about yourself. You are love. You are worth loving. Know that. And when it feels comfortable, come back to the room. Now is the time to build new thought patterns to replace the old thinking. Old thinking goes something like this. I don't want to be old. I don't want to be fat. I don't want this job. I don't want this lover. I don't want this house. We have been taught to fight the negative, thinking that by fighting the negative, the positive will automatically come. It doesn't work that way. How often have you lamented something? Did it get you what you really wanted? The more we dwell on what we don't want, the more we will get it. Things that you disliked about yourself in the past are probably still with you. What you put your attention on grows, so let's put our attention on what we really want. Concentrate on what you do want to have or be. Turn all your thoughts into positive affirmations. Learn to think this way. Take I don't want and turn it into I am or I have. I hate my job gets you nowhere except stuck in that job. I now accept a wonderful new job will begin to open channels in your consciousness and in the universe to bring a new and better position your way. Bless what you have with love and release it. Then affirm what you want in positive ways. Don't put your affirmation in the future. Work in present tense. Instead of saying, I'm going to have or I want to have, say, I have or I am. Always be in the now. I am eternally young. I have a slender body. I now accept a new job. I have a wonderful relationship. I see myself moving into a beautiful new home. These affirmations give your subconscious mind something to work on in the now. Love yourself in the now. Forgive yourself in the past. Love yourself in the now. You will find if you practice this, it will be like having a magic wand to work with. Your whole life will transform. And when you love yourself, you get to feel good too. You can't really love yourself without self-approval and self-acceptance. This means no criticism of yourself whatsoever. I can hear the objections immediately. That's just the old mind doing its chatter. Go beyond it. Say to your mind, thank you for sharing. Now, pick up the mirror again, and looking into your eyes, say to yourself, I love and approve of myself exactly as I am. I love and approve of myself exactly as I am. Is it a little easier to say it now that we've done the other exercises, or is it still difficult? This is the main issue to concentrate on. If it's easier to say now, keep going. It'll become a real pleasure, and your life will improve all the time. If it's still difficult to admit love for yourself, then practice. Remember the thumbs. Looking into the mirror 3 or 4 times a day and just saying, I love you, I really, really love you, will work miracles in your life. I remember when my own denial of my good was so strong that I used to loathe looking at myself. Sometimes I used to be so angry I would even slap my own face. And now I look back at those times and see how foolish that was, and I forgive myself. But in those days, my belief in my own lack and limitations was stronger than anything anyone could say to the contrary. My early childhood gave me many opportunities to create self-loathing. When I was 18 months, my parents divorced and I was put into a series of foster homes. And when I was 5, I was raped by a neighbor. And then my mother remarried and my stepfather both battered and abused me. And these were also the Depression days, and there was no money. And by the time I left home at 15, I had a really poor self-image of myself and many heavy negative beliefs to overcome. And it all took time to change. If someone would say to me, "I love you," my first reaction would be, "Why? What could you possibly see in me?" Or my other thought would be, "If they only knew, they wouldn't love me." And it took quite some time and much work for me to develop a peaceful, loving relationship with myself. And I'm still improving it. This is a lifetime process. We begin by getting the boulders out of the way, and then we progress to the smaller issues. Begin to look for small things you can approve of in yourself. That's what I did. In the beginning, when I found it difficult to see anything good about myself that I could approve of, I started with my fingernails and my ears. And then I went to some of my internal organs. It's pretty hard to be angry at your liver. Begin to find things that you can approve of. Begin to love yourself.